Iran has named Khamenei's son, Moshtaba, as new supreme leader. He is considered a hardliner, close to the Revolutionary Guards. President Trump says, quote, he won't last long if the Iranians don't get his, Trump's, approval first. Retired four-star General Jack Keane joins me now. General, Moshtaba, is he a target?
Oh, likely. I think he probably already was, to be frank about it, because of the position he held before. He's a long-term member of the IRGC, Ayatollah's son, etc. I don't think we're surprised by this choice at all, or even if they picked another person. What we knew they were going to do is likely has happened, and that is pick a hardliner who is absolutely committed to what the Ayatollah has had in place for 37 years, and that is develop a nuclear weapon, fuel the proxies so that they can bring down the state of Israel, and develop a huge amount of ballistic missiles as an offensive weapon, and that is the means in which to deter others from attacking them. So nothing is going to change about this regime. They are diabolical, tyrannical ideologues. Their only objective at this point, the singular thing that is driving them, is to stay in power, to preserve the regime. And a lot of that has to do, frankly, with personal survival. Even though they know they're going to be under attack by Israel, they know that if there is likely a transition, that the people would likely kill them.
But the president wants unconditional surrender. He's not going to back off from that. He's not going to negotiate some nuclear treaty. He's just going to say, surrender now.
Yeah, he knows for a fact that there's no dealing with this regime. They are who they are. And they may lie to us in negotiations like they have done in the past. They may fool other presidents like they've done with President Obama and President Biden. He's not fooled. He knows who they are. And the only way to change this is they have to voluntarily give up power, or we're going to force it. And that's the path that we're on. And it's a very comprehensive plan. It's going to take some patience on our part, because I think we still have a few weeks to go here to be able to take away all of their weapons, Stuart, their offensive weapons, and you've been naming them: missiles, rockets, obviously drones, recovering their nuclear program. Their Navy has about been destroyed. But it's also what the Israelis are focusing on, and that is the organizations that are sustaining the regime. And that operation is taking place right now. And it'll take 10 days to 2 weeks at a minimum to deal with that. That's the IRGC. Strip it down as an effective organization, not just in Tehran, the capital. It's in 32 other places. And that's what helped to repress all of the protesters when they came out on the streets. They were in 30 to 40 different cities protesting by the tens of thousands. The same thing for the Baji militia. They're an arm of the Interior Ministry just to repress protest movements, police infrastructure, the civilian government itself, the legislature, the agencies that support the regime. Step by step, stripping down the ability for the regime to sustain itself. And that's going to take a little bit of time. So it's not just the weapons they have now, it's also the weapons they're going to manufacture in the future. We're going to take down their entire manufacturing capability of weapons, in addition to these organizations. So that's why this is so comprehensive, and also why it requires a little bit of patience.
Who's going to wave the white flag? If you take out Khamenei's son, and you take out any other leader, who comes out and says, okay, we do surrender?
Well, there'll be something left for sure that wants to live. And that's why they'll raise the flag. That's what it comes down to.
You want to live?
Yeah.
White flag.
But it's comprehensive, and it's very deliberate. And as I said a couple times, we have some time to go yet. This is condition-based. There's no time clock here. It's based on achieving the objectives.
Okay. Last one, if I may. The Houthis. I don't believe they've yet entered the war. I'm not sure of my information on them, but I don't think they have. If they did come in, would that be a serious threat to us?
It's something we can handle.
Go to the Suez Canal.
Frankly, it's something we expected. But you know what's going on here? The Hezbollah entered with minimal offensive capability. They have missiles that can rain all of Israel's major cities. They're not firing on them. The Houthis haven't entered. And I think what's in the back of their mind when they look at this, is it really going to be an Iranian regime? Is it worth fighting for if it looks like it's going to be destroyed?
Yeah.
And what does that mean for them and their future if they become a part of this?
One last one, if I may. We got this report saying that Russia has provided, I believe it's targeting information to the Iranians, where are our bases and where are our assets. That's President Hicks promised anything that shouldn't be happening will be confronted strongly. What do you think of these? The Russians are actually helping the Iranians like that?
Shouldn't be surprised. The Iranians built a manufacturing factory to build the Shahed drones that are being delivered in the Ukrainian population, 500-600 a night. Those are the drones that Iranians using here. They also gave them missiles. They're tied together. And listen, the help they're giving them, the Iranians know where all of our bases are and what's on those bases. They have that information. We move assets around. We're moving those ships around. And that kind of coverage the Russians can give them just from their own satellite coverage. And they may be doing some eavesdropping. We have that capability in terms of signals intelligence and pick certain things up that the Iranians may not have the capability. But it's not going to interfere with what we're doing, no.
We're going to win. There's going to be unconditional surrender.
Yeah.
In about 4, 6, 7 weeks.
We're on a course here to achieve a positive outcome. And it's going to take some time to get us there.
If we get there, we have really changed history.
Oh.
The history of the Middle East has just been reversed if we can achieve that unconditional surrender.
I mean, just think, these guys have been almost in power for 50 years, 47 years, and we're going to take this lifeline away from them. Very quickly, we're going to see normalization with Israel, and that'll be a paradigm change in the Middle East. And certainly, this is what's so positive and people misunderstand about President Trump. He's willing to use force if it's clearly going to have a positive income. Stop somebody from doing something bad, like develop a nuclear weapon. Qasem Soleimani killing Americans over a history of 40 years. Maduro, thug and a killer and narco trafficker. Get him out of what he's doing. And in this case, let's end this regime once and for all. And an enduring, stable Middle East, something we haven't seen in our lifetime,
really,
is on the horizon. Sure. Now, we still have to get there. There's a lot of work to get there. There's a lot of work just to transition governments in Iran. But the potential and the possibilities are significant. You're absolutely right. Strategic implications with China and Russia, the leverage we have as a result of this, that this president has achieved, quite significant.
Wonderful stuff. General, always a pleasure.
Yeah, it's great talking to you.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thanks a lot.